Fear. That word alone makes most men shrink. They hear it and instantly think of weakness, avoidance, retreat. But here's the truth. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is not a curse. Fear is not even a wall. Fear is only a test of will. The illusion of fear. When fear rises in your chest, it feels like the end of the world. Your heart pounds. Your mind races. Your body screams, stop. Don't go there. Stay safe. Stay small. But if you slow down and really look at it, fear is nothing but a shadow, a mirage, a projection of what could go wrong, not what is going wrong. Fear is a story, a possibility, a trick your mind plays to keep you comfortable. And here's the hard truth. Most men live their entire lives worshipping that shadow. They obey fear as if it's law. They bow to it. They build their lives around avoiding it. And then they wonder why they never rise. Fear is the gatekeeper. Every man who ever became great faced one gatekeeper: fear. Fear stands at the entrance of everything worth having. You want strength? Fear guards it. You want respect? Fear guards it. You want freedom, power, love, legacy. Fear stands at the door like a soldier, asking one question: do you have the will to walk through me? Most men turn back. They make excuses. They say it wasn't meant to be. They say the timing isn't right. They say someday. But the few, the rare, the ones history remembers, they feel fear. They look it in the eye. And they walk forward anyway. Not because they were fearless, but because their will was greater than their fear. Fear tests what you claim. You say you want discipline? Fear will test it. You say you want wealth? Fear will test it. You say you want to change your life? Fear will test it. Every time you try to rise, fear will whisper. What if you fail? What if they laugh at you? What if you're not enough? And in that moment, you'll learn whether your dreams are real or just talk. Fear is the judge of authenticity. Anyone can say they want greatness. Only the man who walks through fear proves it. The biology of courage. Fear is primal. It's not just in your head, it's in your body. It quickens your pulse, tightens your chest, clouds your thoughts. But that feeling, that rush, that spike of adrenaline, that is not a signal to stop. It is energy. It is power. It is the fire your body creates to prepare you for battle. The weak misinterpret it as a wall. The strong recognize it as fuel. The man who learns to ride fear like a wave becomes unstoppable. Because while others run, he advances. While others freeze, he acts. The men who conquered fear. Look at history. Alexander the Great, Marcus Aurelius, Spartans at Thermopylae, warriors, generals, leaders, men who faced impossible odds. Do you think they felt nothing? That their hands didn't shake? That their hearts didn't pound? That their doubts didn't scream at them? Of course they did. But they understood something most men never grasp. Fear is universal. Will is rare. The difference between the man who is remembered and the man who is forgotten is not fear. It's what he chose to do with it. Fear is a compass. Here's the paradox. The thing you fear most is often exactly where you're supposed to go. You fear speaking up? That's the direction of growth. You fear starting the business? That's the door to your freedom. You fear leaving the relationship? That's the start of your peace. Fear points directly to the next battlefield you must conquer. Avoid it, and you stay the same. Face it, and you evolve. Every step into fear expands your life. Every step away from it shrinks your life. Fear reveals who you are. When fear comes, your mask falls off. It exposes your core. Are you a man of excuses? Or a man of execution? Do you fold? Or do you fight? Do you rationalize weakness? Or do you rise in spite of it? Fear is the mirror that reflects your soul. Most men don't like what they see. That's why they run. But the rare man looks, accepts, and builds himself into something unshakable. The will to bleed. Let's be real. Fear isn't about comfort. It's about pain. Fear says, if you do this, you'll suffer. And most men back away. Because they worship comfort like a god. But greatness doesn't live in comfort. It lives in suffering. In sweat. In rejection. In risk. In loss. Fear is asking you one brutal question. Are you willing to bleed for what you say you want? Most won't. Most talk. Most wait. But if you can look fear dead in the eye, and answer yes, the world cannot stop you. Your enemy is not fear, it's hesitation. Hesitation kills more dreams than failure ever could. Fear itself won't stop you. Standing still will. Overthinking will. Waiting will. The man who hesitates is already defeated. The man who moves, even trembling, already owns the battlefield. You don't need fearlessness. You need decisive will. One step. One choice. One act of courage. Again and again, until fear has no hold on you. The transformation. Here's what happens when you stop running from fear. You stop living small. You stop begging for safety. You stop explaining yourself. You start commanding respect. You start expanding your power. You start living as if life owes you nothing, and you take everything anyway. Fear doesn't vanish. It evolves with you. But so does your will. And the man whose will is stronger than his fear becomes untouchable. Final truth. Fear is not the enemy. It's the test. The gate. The mirror. The compass. The battlefield. It is not here to destroy you. It is here to ask you, do you have the will to become who you say you are? Most men won't. But you? You can. You must. Because your life shrinks every time you bow to fear. And the clock is ticking. So the next time fear shows its face, don't run. Don't beg. Don't explain. Smile. Step forward. And bleed. Because fear is just a test of will. And the only way to pass is to fight.